There was a time when people thought of going viral as one thing. You know, it's a one-off. You've made a business out of going viral, and what would you say the secret to that is?
So I think people don't think enough about the network. They make something viral, they focus on the thing that spread, and they don't focus on how it spread through networks. And the way people behave on Facebook is very different than the way they behave on Twitter, the way they behave on Pinterest, or the way they behave on Google. And if you really understand how people are using these massive networks that have emerged in the last few years, you can make the perfect content for those networks that will spread further and faster than you've ever seen media spread in history.
And the early knock against BuzzFeed was, it's just cute kittens. But you've made this massive, serious push into journalism. What's that transition been like?
Well, so cute kittens, first of all, I think are an incredibly important part of the internet. People joke that the internet's made of kittens, and the kittens on the internet aren't just about kittens. They're about how we show that we're human. If you look at sociopaths and serial killers, they always tortured animals. If you look at robots and androids, they don't feel empathy for animals. So part of the reason animals are so big on the internet is it's a way to connect with other people in your life. All feel the same emotion of empathy, and that's a powerful thing. News is also obviously very important and powerful, and people recognize that. But people really want to be able to move between light content and serious, important breaking news, and we mix those two things together at one source.
Let's talk about the business ultimately behind BuzzFeed. You've hated banner ads. You don't use banner ads. You've used branded content. Can you give us a sense of the size of that market, which you're involved with basically creating from the scratch? I mean, could you generate, let's say, something like $10 million in sales from that this year?
Oh, we're already well north of that.
Well north of that.
But the market is one of those markets that's so big that I don't really spend time thinking about how big it is. Brand advertising is gigantic. And when you look at the few examples where advertising is really high quality and interesting and engaging to consumers, things like fashion magazines and the Super Bowl, it shows that there's an opportunity on the web to move away from banners and to say, let's make the ads actually engaging. Imagine Vogue without the ads. Imagine the Super Bowl without the ads. They both would be worse products. The internet should raise to that level and say, we're going to make the ads actually add to the experience of users.
Fair point. Before creating BuzzFeed, you were creating the Huffington Post, which eventually sold to AOL. Is that the kind of outcome you would hope for a BuzzFeed, to be sold to a larger media entity?
I mean, selling a company for a founder is always a difficult decision, and it's an emotional decision, and I think you don't really plan so much in advance, like, my goal is to flip this company. I think every founder hopes that they can build a company into something that's a big, enduring company that can remain independent for as long as possible.
Before we go, let's make this video go viral. Tell us something crazy and weird about Jonah Peretti that no one has ever heard before.
I think you should take your shirt off. That would make it go more viral.
That's just awkward.
We got like 10 seconds. You got to do it fast. Come on. Take this opportunity.
No.
Take it.
Wow. Not one thing you can tell us? The one thing about Jonah Peretti that nobody knows?
I flipped it on you. It's like, and now you're the reason it's not going viral.
There you're
going to have to live.
No, the awkwardness will make it go viral.
You're going to have to live with yourself now.
All right.
This video could have been viral.